We are going for another swim. We're going for another swim. I might put this very video that I'm doing now, this little clip, I might actually put right in front of the whole main video, just as a taste of where we're heading to when the video starts. Oh, these people are, you know, just pick up your little cigarette buds, please. What I want to do here is actually set up my other camera as a self timer. Let's put the self timer on here to 10 seconds. Hope we place it in the right place. Let's get some sort of idea here. Are we putting it in the right place? Because we don't want it to collapse either. That should be fine, hopefully. 1, 2. I just went swimming with my hat on here. Ever gone swimming with your hat on? Ever gone swimming with your hat on? Let's chuck it off here. This, I think, I'm going to put right in front. First video clip I'm going to put in front of the main video so that people can see whether it's worthwhile watching the walk it takes to get here, which is about 1.25 hours from home. It takes about 1.25 swim, 1.25 to get here. Awesome. I should do this more often. I swear I should walk here every day to come and swim here. Better than nothing. I was going to do Craddock Peak, and since I decided I was lazy to do that, or opted out, it was too hot for that. That's why I came to swim. And why not? Hope that camera holds there. Oh, I think I'll come and swim often here. Should come here regularly. Today I'm going to Pepsi Pools. But I never give all my secrets away. Everybody who thinks Pepsi Pools thinks there's only one way to it. And because I want to go for a swim. It's quite hot today. And I want to go somewhere. So why not go to Pepsi Pools? Even if it's at least 2, maybe 3 kilometers further than a dam that we have in the mountain here. Just make some scenery of it, because I'm opting for the forest way through it. I was actually tempted to not say a word in this video, basically just show the scenery and the birds and the stuff and A regular viewer on Facebook said she misses my talking. So what are we going to talk about? Basically what we're doing. We're on our way to Pepsi Pools, and I'm going through the forest way. There is going to be a section that may be totally overgrown. Maybe, maybe not. Once we're through this forest and we cross the road and we get to a part which is not nearly as often used as the good old-fashioned route of getting to Pepsi Pools around the dam. Actually, I meant to measure on Google Earth to see how many kilometers this works out, right straight, starting straight from home, by the way, which I left 10 minutes ago, and I'm in this piece of forest already, versus the distance around the Grden Dam, which ends up being quite a couple of kilometers. We record a little bit now again. Yeah, all the live things in the forest here. Man, am I lucky to be 15 minutes from leaving home walking, by the way. Not 15 minutes driving somewhere and then starting to walk. 15 minutes walk from my gate, and I'm in this. It is a bit of a difference to where I was living at 20 years ago, 25 years ago, in Joburg, Johannesburg. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was planning on doing Craddock Peak today. Actually, I wanted to do it yesterday. My mind was made up. I was going to do it yesterday. I was dressed for climbing, my boots were on, but it was a bit miserable weather in the morning. And if you're lucky enough, fortunate enough to be able to pick and choose days, I bailed out yesterday. Just as well, because it was cloudy in the peaks until something like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is normally when you peak, at the latest actually. In other words, there would have been absolutely no view had I opted to go for it yesterday, besides also being sopping wet. So I left that, and my mind was kind of made up that I was going to go today. Now I'm chickening out. Today's a bit hot. If one is fortunate enough to be able to try and choose your days, what I want is a day where it's cloudy until at least 10, 11, maybe even 12 o'clock. No rain, but cloudy. A forecast that says cloudy in the morning, clearing up later. So that by the time you get to the peak, it's cleared up a bit. So you're nice and cool. A lot of overgrowth here. I'm breaking ferns, opening up as I go along here, trying to do my bit here. And then, so nice and cool with a hard graft, getting up to the top of Craddock Peak. For anybody who still doesn't know, Craddock Peak is the highest point in our local mountains here, the Outeniqua Mountains. And then it's easy on the way down. Sun can come out and do what it likes. And but so I bailed out. It is fairly hot today, so no excuse. Anyway, no excuse. I have to go and do something. And why not go for a swim? Try something different here, because it's over 3 years ago since I've walked to Pepsi Pools from home. This piece that we're going through here, I've been through numerous times taking people, and it will be nice. It should be nice if it's open, accessible. Otherwise, we're just going to do some boonde bashing. But swim, we're going to swim today. Another one of the streams, only it's not exactly going to be flooded since there hasn't been significant rain over the past. Oh, look at all the frogs running away under the water there. This is a sight to behold when it's been raining, when there's been hard rain. So got the water here, but it's still pretty. Always stays open there. Yeah, it's not, mountain's not dry. Mountain's not dry. By no means. If it was dry, you would not see any water. It's just that I've seen the rivers and little streams and so on flow more than what they're flowing right now. It's been a while since we've had like a nice quick solid 20 millimeters, 50 or even 100 millimeters. There's a tropical cyclone in the Mozambican channel, which could be bringing up to 200 millimeters of rain to the northern parts of our country. South Africa, by the way, if I place this on YouTube and anybody wonders what country I'm in, yeah, we are in for a very nice, in brackets nice, muddy section later. Always remains muddy when we go down steeply at a stage. Hear that? That is the sound of the power van that goes along, if you've heard it. It's a little train, small little train, van, call it what you like, that goes on the railway line on a daily basis and takes some people to a viewpoint, stops and lets them look down onto George for about half an hour, and then comes back down, brings them back down again. Since the railway line's been fixed, repaired, maintained now after the enormous damage of a fire 2 years ago, the van is up and running again. So one can walk on the railway line. Maybe I should have, and I'd be able to take a photo or two of it. But I do not feel like walking on 1,000 stones, and it's hot there. There's no shade there. So why blame me for opting for a shady forest rather? Anyway, I'll record a bit just now again. We have the baboons. You might hear them. You're definitely not going to see them on this camera. They've obviously done a bit of travelling. 1, 2, 3 large baboons right on our travelling road here, pathway. They've spotted us long before we spotted them. I hope to take a photo or two now. Let's see what happens. They're right there. It's a bit unusual. The alpha male turned off the trail here, went in there and allowed me to pass, but the entire troop is up ahead there. Very good alpha male normally sits on the railway line and waits for the entire troop to pass over, making sure everybody's nice and safe. Now he's on the back of me and the troop is well ahead, so he's not really in a protective mode position here now. Normally he would be ahead of me at close to the troop, but this troop is so amazing. For all you know, I could have passed them now. They're not going to stay on the trail forever though. An entire troop can be so quiet sometimes. Sometimes one gives the alarm and they all ring their bells. Other times, like now, not a sound so far from anyone. Keep looking backwards. See if that alpha male is back on the trail that I'm following or not. The entire troop of at least 20 or so plus have disappeared, evaporated into the forest. Amazing. Amazing how far they travel in a day without even knowing they've been traveling. Just having a lazy day in the shade. Normally I hear branches. There's the male. There, he's come out now. There we go, there's two. So they've let me pass. You may or may not see them. There. Doubt whether you're going to see them on this GoPro. Two of them are out there, back on the trail. So I've probably passed a whole lot of them now. I just love baboons, I really do. Comical, intelligent, probably the most audio soundy animals, relatively tame compared to anything else. I love baboons. I can live with a little bit of damage that one might cause if he goes for the dustbin. That is not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. It's normally only one. Ooh, there's a whole lot of them again. So they're pretty well spread out. Some of them are ahead of us here still. I don't record so much in one video clip normally, but we've got baboons, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear if one sounds the alarm. Normally they're closer together. If you can't see them ahead, look up. About 5 meters from me. Oh. Oh. Just disappeared into here. I want to be like a baboon. Yeah. I want to be like a baboon that can climb trees with no effort, jump over fences, hop onto building roofs. I want to be a baboon. May as well record this a little bit here because this is also quite a nice, awesome part of the forest here. Have we now passed all of them? Have we now passed all of them? Funny, I haven't seen any in the top of the trees. Normally they aim for trees, they go for the highest places they can find. And I didn't see any of them hop into. Ah, do you hear that? Bah! Bah! One teenager has rung the alarm. Let's see if any other ones respond, but I think by now I've probably passed all of them. It's another one of my favorite streams when it's rained. Actually, I've seen it dry up many times in the past and it's still running, which is yet even more proof that this mountain isn't dry. This mountain is not dry, and that I can promise you we're in for some muddiness a bit later as we go down steeply That is a promise that we'll see. Been about 20 minutes or so since I've recorded, and it probably will take another 10 minutes or so, and we'll be out of this forest here into another kind of world. And eventually we get to this T-junction with this road that the department uses to get to the old dam. I almost said old fire. Listen to this water, I'll tell you what it is. You won't even be able to see it now. You might be able to see it. That's a borehole that was drilled. And precious megaliters, mega cubic meters of water, tons of water just runs out of there. These boreholes were drilled when we had a serious drought several years ago, and they never really sealed them because we never really got to use them at all. The rain basically came just in time. This town was looking desperate for water at a stage, so any alternative was used, and plenty of boreholes were drilled in the mountain. And I just often think to myself, how many megatons of water have come out of that borehole since they never sealed it. And it's not the only one where the water just runs out. All your precious underground water. Got to be over 4 years ago since I've been on here. It's just grass, long grass, which I can live with. No thorns. Clearly very few people have walked here. Did I just see a nice luri? I think it was something else. Very special bird in this area, nice luri. No, I think it's something else. So it would be a surprise, because Pepsi Pools is an enormously popular little spot, and I can promise you, even with this lockdown, there are people that can swim there. Almost anybody that goes to Pepsi Pools has a swim in summer, come lockdown, come not. I hope I'm on the right trail here. I think I am. I'm fairly sure I am. Put it this way, if I'm not, let's see where it takes us to. But it's been quite a while back. If it is the right one, correct one, then it's supposed to go enormously sharp at a stage. Down. Very sharply down. You want to get to water, you got to go down. So let's see. Been a while since I've recorded. Downhill start, so I'm fairly convinced that I'm on the right trail here. Downhill, and it should become even steeper if it's the right one. Actually, it's been fairly accessible. You can see not a lot of people have walked here, but we had strong berg winds at this stage, and I thought there's a chance that this would be full of trees like that, full of wattle trees lying over the path. But not to be. Very lucky, because other paths in the mountain were totally just blown over, full of trees, dead trees. Because what we had was a fire, and many months after that, very strong winds, which blew all the dead trees right over all the paths. And funny enough, we don't have that here. It's been very accessible. This looks like an alternative path that goes somewhere else there. If all else tells us we're on the right route, then it should become incredibly muddy soon. Pity, you've got hard work to do when coming back again, but that's one of the things. You want to get to water, you got to go low and go back up, unless you're living next to the water. So we'll see now. But I hear water already. Yes, I already hear that water. That's That's a good sign. So let's have a look further down. An indigenous spot. I've just spoken to 3 young ladies that were on their way up here. You listen carefully. I don't know about this camera, but if you listen carefully, you should be able to hear the water, and you'll probably hear some people busy swimming as well. Not as muddy as I thought it's going to be, but I was prepared for this. Yep, when I see this, I know I'm on the right trail here. Couple of, yep, these stairs. And yep, still a couple of these stairs which help a lot. You know what, I'm going to record. If you listen carefully, you'll hear voices, because it is a popular place for people to swim. Nice stairs here, cool. Whoever put these stairs here, thank you very much. Dryer here, nice. And step carefully down there. More steps. Slippery, make no mistake, slippery, but can be done. Very slippery actually. Walk almost backwards at places. I may spring a surprise to people that somebody can walk from the opposite side and get to Pepsi Pools. I wanna go for a swim. I wanna go for a swim. Didn't even come with my backpack. Didn't come with any water, nothing. Hear the water. Can you hear the water flow? Can you hear the water? Yep, there's our concrete crossing. Welcome to Pepsi Pools, where we definitely going to swim. Hello there, look at this. So let's time ourselves. It was about 11:15. 1 hour and 10 minutes. 1 hour and 10 minutes about. Yeah. We're going to swim on the other side there. Awesome, eh? Shows you don't need to go all around the dam. Now next time I go around the dam with anybody, I'm going to time myself and see exactly how long it takes. I am convinced it takes longer going around the dam. It's almost time for a swim. Awesome, yeah. Said I'm coming here. Don't know how chuffed these people in the back are, thinking they might be here all by themselves all day. The place is open to the public, to anybody, including me. I don't know about this thing. Let's do some mountaineering here. Climb up, yep. All this water comes from the old George Dam. Oh yeah. The dam that you may have seen more than once in previous videos. That's this water. Comes all the way from there. One day I'm going to go all around that way and see how far one can walk along with this river. Can't do any harm. So some stage I'm going to walk there. You can see how far one can go there. And if this guy at the bottom thinks I'm going anywhere, he's making a mistake. I'm here to swim today. People should never come here thinking they're going to have the whole place to themselves. Beautiful here. Let's have a competition and see who stays the longest. I don't feel like going anywhere. Why should I go anywhere? I'm not going anywhere. I feel like I could spend the entire day here. This is what I came for. This is what I came for. Swimming in Pepsi Pools. becomes quite deep here again. Can't see what's under this water. Awesome. The camera is a bit wet, but the lens is a bit wet. Say goodbye to Pepsi Pools, and up we go. Wasn't as steep as I thought. I thought it was remarkably steep last time I came here. There's a trail that goes there as well. We came down with this one. One day we'll follow that one and see where it leads us to. It obviously goes to some another popular place. We may as well go straight back the way we came down. I feel refreshed. I feel cool. And we've got some shade, so we're not gonna get into any dying heat immediately. We'll have some sun now, and a little bit later we'll be back in that other forest again. Awesome. Nice little stairs here. By far the majority of the people come around the dam, the main dam, Garden Dam. Very few come on this section. I was more just slipped. Well, I didn't slip. The rock, the concrete block that was placed here was loose. Up and up and up we go. Not quite as bad as I thought it's going to be. Been about half an hour since I've recorded anything, so we're well within our way in the forest back again, and probably past the halfway mark already on the way back. And I'm very glad I opted again for the forest, because you've got shade, which makes an enormous difference on a day like today when you want some shade. Yeah, here's this waterfall. Sort of like another landmark again. That's how you know you're progressing. So yeah, it's nice. I've got the whole forest to myself today. Haven't seen anybody else other than those other 2-3 who weren't actually in the forest, but on another section of the trail leading to the pools, and asking for some advice. So probably within 15 to 20 minutes I'll be back at home again. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but this coming Saturday we're doing a 24-kilometer hike. I had the courtesy about 2 or 3 weeks ago of showing a close friend of mine this route, that certainly nobody who's going to be walking with us, and there's a big group of about 15 people, 15 to 20 people that will be coming along. Not one of them have ever been exposed to this hike, this particular route, but I took this close friend of mine 2 or 3 weekends ago to go and show her, because it is awesome with different terrain and so on. So she's formed this group, and it's nice people. So any nice people that have never been, that like to walk along in the mountains and have never seen terrain, enjoy every opportunity they can get. So it does give great pleasure to expose them to places. In exchange, I get transport to other places over the past couple of months that I've never seen, or I would never see under my epileptic circumstances, not driving. And so it's always just a hand-in-hand great. I know this mountain surrounding area here in my town very, very well, because I hike in it regularly. And I've still got trails that I can show them, even after all these months, that they haven't seen yet. And then in exchange, I get opportunities to go to places like Robberg at Plettenberg Bay, go and do that trail, places on the other side of the mountain, and so forth and so forth. So anyway, this coming Saturday could be a great walk, and I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be a great walk. They must just be fit. We have tried to emphasize that the statistics speak for themselves. It's 24 kilometers. That can be done. But if you're not used to 24 and you're only used to walking 5 kilometers in the streets, you will find it tough, and you might be a problem to the rest of the group. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you enjoyed this video and this alternative route to get to Pepsi Pools. It's nice there. Join us again if you're watching this. Click on subscribe and see some more trails of the garden route in South Africa. Garden route is along the south coast of South Africa, and February is coming. Hottest time of the year, January, February. It's always the hottest time of the year, yeah. So yeah, stay in touch. And thumbs up.